The first murder in human history did not begin with violence. It began with something much smaller, a quiet feeling called jealousy. Across time, humanity has lived through countless stories. Stories of choices, stories of struggle, stories that still teach us today. Every story carries a lesson. Faith Story presents jealousy can destroy everything. In the dawn of a new world, two brothers, Cain and Abel, lived under the same sun. Cain, the firstborn, was a tiller of the soil, his hands calloused from working the earth. Abel, his younger brother, was a keeper of sheep, his heart gentle and his spirit calm. The world was vast and new, a canvas painted with the hues of morning. Cain looked upon his fields of grain, a sense of pride swelling in his chest. Abel watched his flock, each lamb a testament to his tender care. The time came for them to bring an offering to the Lord. Cain gathered the finest fruits of his labor, a bounty from the stubborn ground. He arranged them carefully, a colorful display of his toil. Abel selected the firstborn of his flock, the most perfect and unblemished lamb. With a heavy heart but a reverent spirit, he prepared his sacrifice. The two brothers approached the altar, their offerings held before them. Cain presented his harvest, the vibrant colors a testament to his hard work. Abel laid his lamb upon the stone, a symbol of life and innocence given freely. A divine light descended, enveloping Abel's offering in a warm, accepting glow. The smoke from his sacrifice rose straight to the heavens, a pleasing aroma. But Cain's offering lay untouched, the vibrant fruits suddenly seeming dull. No fire consumed his gift. No sign of favor was shown. Cain's face fell, his pride turning to a cold, hard knot in his stomach. Confusion and shame burned within him, his eyes fixed on the rejected fruit. He watched Abel, whose face was filled with humble gratitude. And in Cain's heart, a dark seed of jealousy began to sprout. The Lord spoke to Cain, his voice a whisper on the wind. "Why are you so angry? Why has your face fallen? If you do what is right, will you not be accepted? But if you do not, sin is crouching at your door. It desires to have you, but you must rule over it." Cain heard the words, but his heart was closed, walled off by his growing resentment. The sun felt colder, the colors of the world muted by his inner turmoil. He saw his brother, and the sight of Abel's peacefulness fueled his rage. One day, Cain said to his brother, "Let's go out to the field." Abel, trusting and unaware, followed his older brother into the open land. The tall grasses swayed around them, witnesses to what was to come. They walked together, the silence between them heavy with unspoken things. Under the vast, empty sky, the seed of jealousy had grown into a monstrous tree. Cain's shadow fell over Abel, a darkness eclipsing the light. His mind was a storm of envy, his brother's favor a constant, painful reminder of his own rejection. The voice of reason was drowned out by the roar of his wounded pride. He looked at his brother, not as family, but as the source of his pain. And in a moment of terrible fury, Cain rose up against his brother Abel. The stillness of the field was broken by a single final cry. Abel fell to the earth, the life draining from him onto the soil his brother had tilled. Silence returned, deeper and more profound than before. Cain stood over his brother, his hands trembling, the terrible deed done. The world seemed to hold its breath, the ground itself stained with the first blood. Then the Lord's voice came again. "Where's your brother Abel?" "I don't know," Cain replied, his voice laced with false defiance. "Am I my brother's keeper? What have you done?" The voice thundered, echoing in the desolate landscape. "Listen, your brother's blood cries out to me from the ground. Now you are under a curse, driven from the ground which opened its mouth to receive your brother's blood. When you work the ground, it will no longer yield its crops for you. You will be a restless wanderer on the earth." Fear, for the first time, pierced through Cain's anger. He was marked, an outcast, forever haunted by his choice. He turned his back on the field, on his home, on the body of his brother. And he walked away, a solitary figure disappearing into the wilderness. His steps were heavy, each one a reminder of the love he had destroyed. He wandered the earth, a man forever chasing a peace he could never find. The echo of his jealousy followed him, a shadow from which he could never escape. This is the story of how envy entered the world, a poison that turns a brother's love into a stone. It serves as a timeless warning, a reminder to guard our hearts against the darkness of comparison and resentment. Unchecked jealousy can destroy everything. Thank you for watching. Unsubscribe for more life lessons. A faith story, more stories. More lessons.